we'll see. Um, let's refresh because I don't want to get into this if you guys can't hear me. Excuse me. How is y'all Saturday going? To this if you guys can't hear me. All right. So good. You guys can finally hear me, and we're not going to be on here long. I just wanted to share with you guys just a message really, really quickly. Just a reminder as you come in, say where you're watching from, say hello to your girl. Happy Saturday. So here's the deal, guys. In this day and age of technology, people are not used to talking face to face, and especially there's, in America where we don't really respect older people and we don't have that village communal feel anymore. A lot of times when an older person finds themselves with a younger person, they just won't talk. And I encourage you not to do that. It's because you never know what you share could help somebody else. So you should definitely share if you care. It could be a person, a book, a mentor, a course, whatever. Just talk to people when you're around them if they seem open to talking to you back, and share things. So I say that because yesterday I met this young man who is young enough to be my son. And I could tell he wasn't the most friendly, but he also was not standoffish either. He was open. So he and I were just conversing, and I asked him where he worked. He said Amazon. So I said, just curious, do you have stock in Amazon? And he was like, what's that? And so I told him, like pieces of a company. And he said, oh, stock. And so I said, yes. And I don't know what he thought I said at first. But he was like, I don't know. I said, oh my gosh, please find out. Because I remember when I worked at Best Buy, we actually, as employees back then, we got shares of the company, but I had no idea what to do with it. So I never paid attention to the stock. I didn't look at how it was performing. When I sold it because I needed money. So I just was like, what has liquidity? And then I just happened to get a statement in the mail saying, here's how your Best Buy stock is performing. And so I said, oh, here goes some money. I can cash this in. And, I didn't try to do it at an opportune time. I didn't even know how to do that. So I told him, I said, if you guys hear that buzzing, sorry about it. But I told him, I said, please find out if you have Amazon stock. So then he was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Because he was on his way to work. So I said, now, if you do, I said, don't mess up like, and I told him about the whole Best Buy situation. I said, don't mess up like me. I said, so if you do, you should definitely check out this guy named Wallstreet Trapper. And he could tell you what to do with it so that you don't mess up like me. And he was like, what's his name? Now, here's the thing. I share a lot of resources with people. Like I said, books, web pages, websites, tools, apps, whatever. A lot of times people will ask what it is, but they won't take action on the thing right then and there. This young man pulled out his phone, looked up Wallstreet Trapper, and do y'all know that for the 20 minutes that I was with him, he watched nothing but Wallstreet Trapper give him game on. Jeez, what all it is? Oh my gosh, y'all, I am so sorry for the disruptions. But he watched for 20 minutes. He watched nothing but Wallstreet Trapper giving him game about the stock market. He seemed really into it. Y'all, I wanted to hug him so bad, but of course that would have been totally inappropriate. But I was like, oh my gosh, this young man not only took what I said and took action on it immediately, but he seems to actually like trap. So, I don't know whether he has Amazon stock or not, but if he does and he's plugging in a Wallstreet Trapper, that could definitely be a game changer for him. And I know there's a book called, I think it's called The Power of One. I haven't read the book, but I heard about it, and based on the title as well as like the subtitle, it basically says it only takes one. It only takes one person sometimes. It only takes one encounter. It only takes one opportunity, one job, one whatever. There's usually only one thing that can totally change the trajectory of something else in your life. So my point to you is you could be that one. Or what you're referring to someone could be that one missing piece of the puzzle that they needed, or that one opportunity where they felt like somebody cared about them who didn't have to care about them, that kept them going. So please, y'all, don't miss an opportunity to talk to people because we're too into our devices, head down all the time. Don't miss an opportunity to talk to people. Don't miss an opportunity to increase your own existing skill sets and learn new things so that when you come across people, you have more things to talk about, more points of connection with them. Oh, you work here? I just heard this about that company. Oh, you this? Oh, I just heard that. Oh, do you know about that? instead of just being like, that's cool. We got to get back to actually connecting and having more of a breadth and depth to our expertise, especially if you're older. Especially if you're older. And don't think that because a kid is younger than you that you can't, you know, create a bond with them or spit some game to them or something like that. Because how many times did you get older and say, when I was that kid's age, I wish I had known fill in the blank XYZ. And the person who tells you stuff and teaches you about life should be your parents, but oftentimes your parents might not have the knowledge that it is that you need in this existing world. So sometimes it might come by way of a coach, a teacher, or a stranger. Why not you? You could be the one person, you could be the one encounter that totally sets somebody free or put someone going. Another thing I'll tell you, because if you don't believe me, listen to this. I ran into this couple a while ago, and we used to be in an MLM together, like a coffee company. We sold coffee with direct sales, and they were just dating then, years ago. This is like 2014, so 10 years ago. But I ran into them a few years ago, and they had gotten married. They had a baby, and they were like, Kim, it's so good to see you. And I asked, y'all too. And I asked them, what did they do? And they said they were in real estate. And it turns out they got into real estate because I shared a real estate a conference that touched on real estate that they ended up getting the tickets from for me years ago. So basically they were like, yeah, we got into that because of you and we're doing well. And I was so happy to hear that. So happy to play a part in that. So I spoke about the conference, or I promoted it on my social media, and then I sold tickets to it, and they bought the tickets. They went, they heard one of the speakers, they did their work and their part, and they ended up becoming like real estate bird dogs. And then they, I think, went into actually rehabbing themselves as well, or they just stayed in the wholesale lane. But regardless of what they actually did, it was the fact that they let me know that I helped them see success. That just meant the world to me. So again, guys, don't be afraid to share, because sharing really is caring. And don't be afraid to open your mouth and connect with people. Okay, we need to get back to just good old organic grassroots networking, and we need to take on more of a village concept of, don't make it so that everybody is always a stranger just because you don't know them. Because how do you get to know people? You have to open your mouth and speak. You have to say something, right? So that's all I really wanted to share. And in case you guys do not know, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I am on the Wallstreet Looks Like Us network watching Wallstreet Trapper just really give free game that is amazing. He looks like me, speaks like me, and people in my community, which, that is important to me because it just helps me understand the material better. I never thought that I would be understanding some of the things about the stock market that I now find myself like just enraptured by, to be quite honest with. Like, it's exciting to finally break this code. But Wallstreet Trapper is really, really good at being entertaining and educational. So check it out, because I don't care how much money you make. It's not, in this economy, it's not just about making money. It's about making money multiply. And there's really, I don't know a place better to do that than the stock market. Somebody could say real estate, but the average person can't just jump into real estate. It's a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of overhead. It's a lot of stuff. For real estate is a very great long-term strategy. So a lot of people will get their money, put it in the stock market, and then from the gains they start investing in real estate because they need a tax shelter and different things like that. But the stock market is something, y'all, that it's a skill set that you want to know, as well as you want to be able to tell your children about. And Wallstreet Trapper show on YouTube every Tuesday at 7 p.m. is a show that you can watch with your kids, your teens, your children, because chances are they do have a 401k at their job, and like myself, they probably don't know what the heck is going on. How many of y'all know what is going on? What mutual funds your 401k at your job is invested in? Probably not many of you. And if you really look at the performance, you just know, oh, I got a 401k. Oh, I got check. I got profit match. I got a match. They match 1% or whatever the case is, whatever they match. But do you know what that means? Do you know what that translates to? Do you know what your return is from the time that you started that portfolio till now? Do you know how to balance the portfolio based on risk and your age? These are all things that we need to know. Otherwise, you could literally be putting money into what you think is an investment vehicle, and it could be a pail with holes in it. You know, you could be losing money, not making any money, let alone making big money, right? So the more you know, the more you can take control of that account and grow your own funds, so that that purpose, like retirement, that you want to achieve, you actually do. Does this make sense to you? I hope so, y'all. Anyway, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great Sunday, and definitely join me on Tuesdays, Wall Street Trapper, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. He has done 115 consecutive. He started in like the middle of 2022, and he has been going every single week. Literally, if you watch all of the episodes, that could be a course. Okay, I'm in the process right now of watching each and every episode. I think I've watched about, out of 115, I think I'm at like 48 total. But even this 48, like I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I consume the whole 115. It helps that I can listen to stuff on YouTube in double speed though. but yeah, guys, it's definitely worth it. Look into it, and not just about, it's not just about stocks. It's going to teach you about business and the world at large. That's what I really, the stock market and these companies, they touch so many different aspects of our lives. He even talks about like how some people wanted to like boycott one designer brand, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna buy this instead. Both brands were under the same parent company, so it so it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You weren't doing what you really thought you were doing. You boycotted them and then went to their sister company. The money still flew to the same top. So, you know, these are things that we want to know. We need to know, because you don't want to be out here looking ignorant, sounding stupid, right? So yeah, tap in with us, trap with us, and I will I'm sleepy, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.